Hello dear soulmate, welcome back to my channel CEO Dress. My name is Esther, and in this tutorial we're going to be learning how to make these capelets. It's a trendy style that I've been wearing for some time, and it's also a requested tutorial. If you're interested in learning how to make this beautiful cape as you can see in here, join me while we get started. So I want you to take note that this cape can be made in different styles, but today we are going to be particularly working on this particular design. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. I'll draw a straight line at the top, which is going to serve as my starting line or my shoulder line, and from there I'm going to mark my bust measurement. So my shoulder to bust is 10 inches that I'll be using here, and I'm going to mark it at several points and connect it with a straight line. I'm going to take my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I'm going to mark it on the shoulder line, which is giving me 7.5 inches, and I'll mark 3 inches for my neck depth from the center front, and I'll come down from the shoulder line by 1 inch. That is from where I mark my shoulder measurement, connected to that 3 inches as you can see from my shoulder slope. From there I'm going to mark 7.5. How did I get this? Divide your bust circumference by 6, add 1.5. So from the top to that point is giving me 8.5. I marked it at several points and connected it with a straight line. It's going to serve as my chest line, and the other line is my bust line. So I'm going to come down from the bust point by 2 inches, which is going to give me 12 inches at the end of everything. I'm going to mark it, and that will serve as the length of this cape. Okay, so go ahead and mark it as you wish to do. So I'm going to use my marker to make this visible so that we can see what we are doing. The next thing I want to do is bring out that shoulder measurement divided by 2 down to the chest line, and I'm going to connect these points together to get my armhole depth. I'll divide the armhole depth into 2, coming from the center point by half of an inch, and connect that center point to the top like this. And to connect this other part, I'm going to mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line and use my curve ruler to connect this like this. So if you're a beginner and you feel this is too fast, kindly reduce the speed of the video to get it right. Now I'm going to mark my neck depth of 1 inch and 2.5, which 1 inch is going to serve as the back neck depth and 2.5 is going to serve for the front. So I'm marking the front and the back together. That means that I'm going to be using this paper to draft my front and back piece together. Okay, so after that I connected them as you can see. So the next thing I want to do is to get my cape design. So I'm going to come out of my shoulder by 3 inches. Note that you can come out by 4, 5 depending on how wide you want this to be. 3 inches is totally fine by me, and I went ahead to label this so that we can all see what is there. Now for the full length area, I'm going to take my round arm measurement, measure around your arm, divide it by 4. I have 44 inches and I marked about 11 inches there. So I took the curvy part of my ruler like this to connect it from that top to the hem, and from the pointy part I curved it in together like this with my curve rulers because I don't want it pointy, and the design we have there is not pointy. So to get the opening for my front, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come up from the full length by 1 inch because I do not want the cape to stop at the end there, and from that 1 inch I came in by 1.5. You can use 2 inches, whatever you want, it's totally fine. So I place the curvy part of my ruler like this to connect it because I want it to have that shape, and from that point I mark it to the end of the cape. So I'll be using the other down parts for the back because of course I want the back to get to that full length area. That's how it's meant to be. So I'm going to cut out the back area, yes, and I'm going to be using this white fabric. It's a cutting material. I'm going to be using it for the back piece. As you can see, I've gone ahead to cut the back and it was cut on a fold. Okay, after cutting it, add half of an inch all around, or you can even add 1 inch towards the side. Okay, so now for the front, I've gone ahead to cut out the opening that I want there, and I've transferred it to my fabric, adding half of an inch all around. Like I said, you can add 1 inch towards the side. It's totally optional. Now we're going to go and start sewing. So the first thing we want to do is identify the lining. I cut 2 pieces of this. Take note of that, one for the lining and one for the main fabric. So if you're using 2 different materials, also take note of that. Now on the paper, as you can see, I've gone ahead to create a curve towards the shoulder area, that is the extended cape area, and I'm just going to be making use of this. I'm going to transfer this to a gum stay, a hard gum stay. You can use a collar stay, you can use a peplum stay, whatever you intend to use is totally fine, but I'm using a gum stay that is quite hard as my interfacing, and I'm going to take one piece which I'll be using for my lining, both for the back and front. I'm going to bring it together and we're going to be working on it first. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take out the parts of the gum stay that I've cut out and place it at the edge like this towards the area where the cape was extended. I'm going to place it at that part. Now take note of the shiny part of that gum stay or the interfacing you're using. That is where you're going to be placing directly on the fabric. So you're going to press it so that it stays together. Now after pressing it, I'm going to use my hair stay to do this. This is a cotton ST and I would advise you use a cotton ST. Okay, so after using a cotton ST to cover it up, I also went to interface the front, as you can see. So I would also advise you, if you have enough ST, put it in the other fabric, that is the main fabric, not just the lining, just to help it have more structure and strength. Okay, so now I'm going to be joining them together, as you can see. So place them right side facing each other and join the shoulder area from the neck to the shoulder down to the cape ending. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So this is what I have after joining it. I also went ahead to do the same thing for the main fabric and notch the areas that are a bit curvy. So after doing that, I'll take the main piece and the fabric, as you can see, place them right side facing each other, as you can see, align them properly, neck to neck, shoulder to shoulder, hem to hem, making sure that they are equal. And after placing them, you can use your pin to secure them. You're going to stitch half of an inch all round. Now take note, I did the stitching all round without leaving any space. Okay, so go ahead and do the same thing. So after doing that, I'm going to bring it out and notch it properly. You're going to have to take your time to do this notching because of course you're going to be notching every part of this. If not, when you turn it out, it's not going to relax well. Okay, so take your time to notch it, especially the areas that are curvy. And at this point, if you find this tutorial helpful, do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel and share our videos. And also note that we have an online class for beginners. If you're interested, kindly send a message to the number displayed on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to take one part of my dress and I'm going to open it up. Now the part I'm opening is the part towards the front, one side where we are going to be having that opening at the front, and from that part I'm just going to open towards the upper part and I'm going to be flipping it over. So that part is where I'm going to be putting my button towards the neck area, and that is the part I just opened. I hope you understand what I mean. So after opening it up with my seam ripper, I'm going to turn it over. Now you want to take your time to do this because yes, it can be a little, a little difficult, but it's going to be fine. So take your time to bring it out, and all the areas that are folded, try to bring it out. If you have to use scissors to push it out, go ahead and do that. Just take your time to bring it out, and after doing that, you're going to press it. So if you do not notch it very well, you're going to have issues with it. So if you want it to balance properly and stay flat, you're going to have to notch it well and give it a very good press. Okay, now towards the area that I have my opening, I'm going to take a small piece of my fabric and use it to create a small loop. That is what I'm going to be placing at that center. Okay, so you can see what I will do. I'm just going to fold the fabric in and I'm going to put that loop towards the very end at the top of the keyplate, where you can see it around the front neckline there, and I'm going to either stitch it down or I'm going to use my hemming gum to press it. I would advise you stitch it just to put it in place, or you use your hand to tack it. Okay, after that I'll give it a good press, and this is me trying it on. You can see what it looks like. You can see that it came out really nice. Go ahead and fix your button, and this is it. So if you find this tutorial very helpful, please do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. That is if you have anything you want to ask. Thank you guys for joining us on this one. I really appreciate all your efforts. See you guys in my next one. Bye bye.